Hey Kevin, so this is just going to be a little video on how to set the opposite and maybe some other general setting tips as well. But this is Tan Le. You can see she gives me the ball really high and straight. So the ball doesn't move horizontally at all. I think the same thing's going to happen here. Even though the receive wasn't that good, she's still going to give it to me high and I'm able to hit it right into the block. So same thing here. I'm hitting outside. Now look at this set. Really high. When the ball falls down, it's almost vertical. And so I'm able to see exactly where that is, and I bounce the ball. In this example, you can see the set again, really high, little to no horizontal movement. So now here's an example of a set where she kind of pushes me out. I'm able to adjust by leaning back a little bit. All right, so you can see this guy here, Thomas. That's a pretty good outside set right there. He subbed in for Tan Le because she broke her fingernail. This set right here, it's nice and high, but he pushes me back a little bit, so I have to opt for the roll shot there. Okay, next one, same problem. You know, it's a good height, but he just pushes me back too much, so I have to stop and I have to opt for the roll into the block. Next one's going to be an example of a 5-ball that's a little too high, so that messes up my timing and I slow down and I can't hit it. This next one is like the best one ever. This is like an opposite stream. Good height and just off the net. When I'm hitting outside, I like the same thing. Kind of high, and you can see he pushes me back, so I opt for the roll. Next one is going to be good, but I think it's a little bit too into the center, and I have to go into the middle of the court, and I don't get a good hit off of it. This is an example of a bad set for the opposite during serve receive 1. I have to opt for the tip here because it's just too horizontal. This right here is a good adjustment by the setter. She sets it straight up and then she gets out of my way. Bad set here for the middle. Too far, and Kyle doesn't get a good hit off of it because he doesn't know where the ball's going. Another bad set for the oppo here. Too far back, too high. I opt for the roll. Luckily, I get the point. This one's a great set here. Good height. Great example of a back row hit here. See how much trust I have in that setter? I'm going to give it to her. And then we're going to run the same thing. See where she's located? She's right on the net. All right, now look at this one. So the outside's going to give it to the setter. Look at that ball. Just behind her head. No horizontal movement. Nice and high. That's a great example of a 2-ball right there. So you can see that this middle is going to give me the ball nice and high. It's a weird play, but I'm able to get the back row hit off of it. And a touch by Jack. So you can basically think of the opposite as like the protector of the setter. Upcoming, another great example of a 2-ball. A little bit far back, but I can manage this hit. Now here's a perfect 2-ball right here. Nice and high, even though it gets blocked, still a great ball. Now you're going to give it to Lauren, nice and high. When the ball comes down, it's important that it goes almost vertically. Now look at this, nice vertical ball. This is the hardest I've ever hit a ball, I think. Now check out this set, Kevin. Nice high ball. Perfect. See how that ball doesn't move? Watch this. Perfect. if the ball is high and it doesn't move too much, I can usually get a kill off of it. Which is weird because at BSSC I actually don't get a lot of hits. But I think if we work on this, it'd be a great option. Now this is a deep 5. But as you can see, when the ball's coming down, it's almost straight. So I have a lot of time to react to it. Here the ball's perfect. Any hitter's gonna love you regardless of what their hand dominance is. That's Z right there. Here's Siva. It's a great ball. That's a 2. This is set by Michael. That's a 2. Even if they know that it's coming, they're going to be surprised. That's a 5. Michael's going to set this to me and he's going to arc the ball long. And so when the ball falls, it's going to be moving a little bit too much to the left so I don't get a good hit off of it. Now I'm going to tell him to arc the ball here a little bit more. And Siva, that's a kill. Even Kyle, who usually doesn't do really well in hitting lines, he gets the hit. Here I go, lefty, same thing. Now the great thing about arcing shots like this is that anyone can do it, and it gives me enough time to see where the ball is going. So I can hit those instead of having to tip them. Even Nate, that ball's really high and it doesn't move that much, so he knows where the ball's going to be, and that's going to help a lot with confidence. So in short, I think that the opposite, one of the reasons I play it is because it's almost like a trump card. Some people, they don't see it coming, they're not prepared for it. And, I don't know about you, but personally, I'm trying to get gold this year at BSSC. So let's do our best.